Good afternoon. My name is Mike Brands. I serve as the Vice Dean for Academic Affairs, and it is my honor to welcome you to the hooding ceremony for the 187th graduating class of the Medical College of Georgia at Augusta University. Singing the national anthem for us this afternoon will be members of MCG's very own a cappella group, the Serotonins. I'll ask them to please come on stage. Everybody can please rise for our national anthem. Thank you, and please be seated. I want to say thank you to President Keel, Provost McKinnon, Dr. Keene, Dean Hess, Dr. Nuss, distinguished guests, our faculty, friends, family, and of course, the class of 2023. There is an old Far Side comic that says, here's what we say to our dogs. Ginger, you better stay out of the trash. You hear me, Ginger? Stay out of the trash or else. Here's what our dogs actually hear. Ginger, blah, 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 blah. Ginger, blah, 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 blah. So I suspect that most of you today will hear nothing but blah, 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 blah. Your student's name, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to limit my blah blahs to 2 quick thank yous and a congratulations. The first thank you is to the family and friends, the support group that helped get these students across the finish line. But I use the word finish line in its loosest sense because you all still get to experience residency. So I have 2 daughters who have gone through MCG, and the second one is still a resident. I don't have to tell everybody gathered here that you never stop being a parent or a friend or a loved one. Support is how we all get through every day and just through the year, through our lives. And so people don't just run up and say, hey, I need support, but our spider senses kind of tell us they need something, and you move in and intervene and help out as needed, depending on that person or that particular circumstance. In my case, when my daughters need support, for some reason, when my wife takes them shopping, all is cured. It's a miracle. I don't understand. I sometimes think that we're being hoodwinked. In fact, actually, I think I am being hoodwinked because I never get invited on these excursions, so I need to note to self reevaluate how that works. But thank you for your support. The second thank you goes to all the folks who actually made this event possible, who set this up. So Dr. Jennifer Tucker, who's seated right there, she's our Associate Dean for Student Affairs, and she led the charge, but of course, faculty, staff, input for many weeks working on this. You see everybody at the doors, a lot of student volunteers, people kind of guiding us in, guiding you in, handing out flyers. It really takes an army to do this. And I have to apologize to Dr. Tucker because she's been asking me, there's like been a bazillion and two drafts of this script, and she keeps asking me for my comments. And I said, well, I'm just going to wing it. And she kept giving me copies that said, Dr. Brands, insert comments here, little smiley emoji. And she just kept asking. She actually asked me last night and then again right before this started. And I said, yeah, so I apologize for any undue stress, Dr. Tucker. And then, of course, the final is congratulations. Really not much more to be said. We're just so happy for you. It's interesting to kind of reflect. You kind of step back and think about all the resources all across our state. The hundreds of faculty and staff all across the state of Georgia, all of our sites, all these buildings, infrastructure, supplies, all that stuff is there just for you, this group right here. It's pretty amazing. We're all here dedicated to ensure your success, and we couldn't be happier for you. So really on behalf of all the faculty and staff across the entire state of Georgia, and on behalf of my good friends, Captain America and Ricky Bobby, I wish you all the very best. Thank you. And now let me introduce our campus dean in Athens, Dr. Shelley Nuss.
Great. Well, let's get this party started, right? Congratulations, class of 2023. This is a big, big day for you all. Well, I'm Shelley Nuss, as they said, campus dean over at the Medical Partnership, and I bring greetings from all of us over in Athens. Again, congrats to all of you. This is actually the 10th class of students actually to graduate from this 4-year campus. It's been an amazing partnership between Augusta University and University of Georgia. We're excited to see what all of you graduates will accomplish. Remember, the life of a physician will require a lot from you, but each and every one of you will have an opportunity to make an impact in countless lives. Today, we are all honored to call you our new colleagues in medicine. Be proud of the work you have accomplished. We are confident as you leave today that you are prepared and ready to face anything that lies before you. I want to thank again Augusta University and the University of Georgia for their ongoing support in this partnership. We couldn't have done it without both of them. And the community partnerships, as Mike Brand said, could not do it with all of the clinical faculty out there. It's really created an unparalleled experience for the students, not only in Athens, but really at all of the campuses. We're just grateful for all their support. So remember, as you leave MCG today, please remember to put the patient at the center of your focus. Just cannot say that enough. And bring to the bedside not only your knowledge and skills, but also your humanity, compassion, and concern. From all of us at the Medical Partnership, congratulations again. Please savor and cherish this moment. We're so proud of all of you. And I have to say, as they say in Athens, go dogs! I always have to bring up the president of Augusta University after, so I'm going to bring up Dr. Brooks Keel now. Thanks.
Blah, 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 blah. Thank you. My job is easy today. My job is to provide a welcome, and I'm actually going to do that. But before I do that, I do want to take the President's prerogative and also give thanks and give congratulations. And first, I want to take the opportunity to thank all of the family members and the friends of these graduates, because we all on this stage know, and they all know full well, that they would not be sitting here today were it not for the unending and support that each of you have given in your own way. So we are so grateful for that, and I know these young graduates are grateful for that as well. But I also want to thank our new physicians. I want to thank you for choosing Augusta University as a place to receive your education. I want to thank you for choosing the Medical College of Georgia. As you've heard, this university, this medical school has a very long-standing tradition of graduating outstanding physicians to serve the state, the country, and beyond. And you could go anywhere to receive that education. You chose to come here, and we're very, very grateful for that. So thanks to the family, thanks to our graduates. But I also want to give congratulations. This is the time of the year in which we celebrate the graduation of all of our individuals receiving their degrees. But it's called commencement, and it's called commencement for a reason. It's not called the termination day, even though you might see that this being the end of your academic career here. It's called commencement because it truly is an opportunity to celebrate the beginning of the rest of your life. Your career here started with putting on a white coat, and many of you probably had that happen here in this very building. That was the first symbol that you are entering the profession of becoming a physician. And your educational career is going to end with now having a hood placed on you as well. Very symbolic, very, very important. But it is an opportunity to say thank you for choosing this place. Thank you for your education. And keep in mind that your education really is just beginning. We hope that when you go off and do a residency, wherever you do it, you'll come back to Georgia. We need you here in the state. We want you to come back and serve the citizens of this great state. So welcome. Thank you very much, and go Jags!
All right, well, good afternoon. My name is Neil McKinnon. I'm the Provost of the University, the Chief Academic Officer. And I just want to share really briefly, last August, Dean David Hess and I visited our new international rural health partners in Scotland. And as part of that trip, we spent time, if you recall, at the University of Aberdeen, founded in 1495, the oldest English-speaking medical school in the world. And near the end of that trip, the university librarian guided us through a special exhibit. It was prepared just for our visit. And among the items that we were shown was a speech delivered by one of their medicine faculty to the graduates of the Medical College of Georgia in 1838. In 1838, when MCG was just 10 years old. It was a remarkable connection through time between our two universities and our two medical schools. And just think about the logistics that would take. Their faculty member, his name was Elijah Sinclair, so he traveled from Aberdeen across the Atlantic Ocean to Savannah, up to Augusta. Round trip in 1838, it probably took him a month, so hopefully he did not charge by the minute for his travel time to give that address. So I thought I'd share with you just a couple brief passages from his 1838 address, as it's remarkable how relevant his speech is here today in 2023, even if some of the words that he used sound a bit dated now. And please keep in mind that in 1838, he was speaking to an all-male graduating class as well. So he said this, again in 1838, "This day, your relation to society has changed. Your term of pupillage has terminated. And so far as norms are concerned, you are placed on an equality with those who but yesterday were your instructors. Whether you are destined to sustain your new relation to the world is not for us to determine. Time which tries all men and all things, time which bears us onward to our destiny, will reveal the secret. This much we can venture for you. Your future usefulness and your future success are measurably in your own hands, and it will be for you to determine whether the profession you have just received under favorable circumstances shall be honored or disgraced. In your visits to the poor, you should be plain in your manners, kind in your feelings, instructive in your conversation, accommodating yourselves as much as possible. When called to the poor, do not ask, who will pay me for my work? But remember, he who giveth to the poor lendeth to the Lord. True it is that most of the poor may never compensate you with gold and silver, and yet you shall have a higher reward. The blessing of them who are ready to perish shall come upon you. The smile of heaven and your good conscience shall be your compensation. And then finally, he concluded with these couple sentences. In taking leave of you, young gentlemen, permit me to bid you Godspeed in your noble calling. May you be to many as springs of living water in a thirsty desert. May your course through life be marked with success and distinction. And may you be ornaments to your profession and blessings to society. And with that, I'd like to invite my travel companion to Scotland and your dean, Dean David Hess.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. McKinnon. And I want to thank Dr. Keel. I don't know if you noticed, he took the red eye back from Las Vegas to make it here. So we appreciate that. That is real effort. He didn't have to do that, but he did it to be at this hooding ceremony. I want to again congratulate the class of 2023. And I also want to thank the parents, the friends, the siblings, the grandparents, the spouse, the significant others, because I would have never made it without you. And I want you to stand up, class, and thank your parents and everyone that got you here. You and your parents will never forget this day, believe me. So as Dr. McKinnon said, we have a great tradition going back to 1828, but really the backbone of MCG is our regional campus system. And I'm sure the parents are wondering why your kids were in LaGrange, Georgia, they were in St. Mary's, Georgia, they were in Dalton, Georgia, they were in Augusta, they were in Athens, they were all over the state. And that's really fortunate that we have this great regional campus system. But we only do it because we got great people and great partnership campus and great regional campus deans. I'm just going to call them and ask them to stand up. Shelley, stand up, and have all the rest of the partnership campus faculty stand up. So we have 60 students now in Athens and 204 in Augusta. So thank you. Now, not only do we have the best regional campus deans in America, but they're all characters in their own way. And the person that has to herd these sheep is Catherine Martin. Catherine, stand up. I'm sure you could talk forever on the idiosyncrasies. So at the Northwest campus, we have Paul Brock and Dixon Freeman. They kind of cover Rome and Dalton, and Paul Brock always flies here. I'm always worried about doctors flying planes, but I'm very comfortable in him. I think they call him the captain. So Paul and Dixon, stand up. There's the captain. Dixon, thank you. Notice they have Emery Garbon, but they're very loyal to MCG. And then we go to the Southwest campus. We have Doug Patton and Kush Desai. Look at that. Kush is an MCG graduate, and Doug comes from the New Orleans area, so that says enough. Next, in the Southeast campus, we got Wayne Rentz in Brunswick and Elizabeth Gray in Savannah, an expanding campus. And I think most of you know that these deans are like surrogate parents, right? They take care of you. They're going to follow you forever. And whenever you have trouble, call your own parents first, but don't hesitate to reach out to them because they deeply care about you. Now, we have some breaking news, as you know. We're going to have a new partnership with Wellstar, the Wellstar MCG Health System, and we're going to have a new campus in Atlanta, which is really important. You know, when I first lecture to the students, I always ask them where they're from. And they're all from the Ettas. Marietta and Alpharetta. Now, how many of you out there, parents, are from Marietta or Alpharetta? It's got to be like a third. Well, I don't see that many. Are you hiding this fact? But that's great because we're going to have a new campus at Wellstar, Marietta, Kennesaw. And we have 3 people here today. We have Louis Lovett, stand up. Louis Lovett runs the GME and residency programs, right? We got Victoria Nurprasov, who is the most unusual, stand up, Victoria, you're an MCG graduate, and she told me, this seems to be a paradox, she's a geriatrician who delivers babies, so figure that one out. And then lastly, we have Joanne Zhu, who's a hospitalist and runs the transitional residency. Victoria runs the family medicine residency. This is the idea to have this you and me, GME continuum. So I'm going to keep my remarks no longer than this. Brevity is the soul of wit, and we have a great speaker. I'd ask you to refrain from taking pictures or making videos of his speech, as tempted as you may be to do that. But it gives me great pleasure to formally introduce Dr. William Flannery. Dr. Flannery is known in the internet and on social media as Dr. Glaucomflecken. And so, he's a hero. This is like better than the NIH director coming here. I texted my kids, and they said, "You got him?" I said, "Oh, our class president got him." So thank you. But we're really happy you came here. And he has almost 1 million YouTube followers, and he's on TikTok, he's on Twitter, he has about 3 million subscribers, and yet he's a full-time ophthalmologist, which I found truly remarkable. There's only one hole in his life, and that is he's never been to Georgia. Never been to Georgia. He's been all over the world. He goes all over, but he's never been to Georgia. So I want you to give him a very warm Southern welcome, and I'd like to welcome Dr. Glaucomflecken.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So thank you to Dean Hess for that introduction and for allowing a TikTok comedian to give the commencement address. That is quite a leap of faith, sir. I also had the honor of having dinner with Dean Hess last night, and he gave me a wonderful gift. He gave me a copy of the detailed history of the Medical College of Georgia. And I often, when I travel, I often have trouble sleeping. But with the help of that book, sir, I've never slept so well in my life. Thank you so much. Congratulations to the Medical College of Georgia class of 2023. With the exception of these last few months of your fourth year, you all have worked incredibly hard to get here. I remember what fourth year is like, okay? You have match day, and then you just disappear. And then you show up for graduation. So welcome back. I also want to congratulate the family and friends in attendance today, because now all of you know a doctor you can call at any time, day or night, for free medical advice. You have a headache, a weird rash, your cousin's husband's boss's eye is red, your tongue hurts, it doesn't matter. Whatever ailment you have, you know who to call. And graduates, you will answer the phone. That's how this works. By providing years of love and support, these people get to send you grainy photos of their various moles for the rest of their lives. Doesn't matter if you're a surgeon, psychiatrist, or cardiologist, as far as your family is concerned, you are an expert in everything. This year marks the 10-year anniversary of my own medical school graduation. I remember everything about that day. The people, my fellow graduates, the beautiful spring weather. I remember everything except the commencement address. According to Google, it was delivered by award-winning author and physician Abraham Verghese. That does ring a bell. I have no preconceived notion that what I am about to tell you will remain encoded in your long-term memory alongside cardiovascular physiology or the first time a surgeon yelled at you. My words will fade with time. And decades from now, when your grandchildren ask who gave the commencement at your med school graduation, you'll fall silent. You'll look off into the distance and say, "I think he was from TikTok." To which your grandchildren will respond, "What is TikTok?" I may not remember the words delivered to my graduating class by Dr. Verghese, but I do remember how they made me feel. Hopeful, excited, eager, also tired. He went a little long. Those are the feelings I hope to impart to you today, except for the tired part. This is going to be a tight 15 minutes, I promise. It's a daunting task to find words to inspire the next generation of physicians, a task typically reserved for the most accomplished individuals with an entire career's worth of experience. I've only been a doctor for 10 years. That's barely a neurosurgery residency. But I have packed a lot of life into those 10 years. Residency, practicing ophthalmologist, husband, father, cancer survivor, cardiac arrest survivor, TikTok ophthalmologist. These experiences have made me the man and physician I am today, and the wisdom I've gleaned from these experiences I now happily pass on to all of you, in no particular order. Number 1, don't sleep in your contacts. Sleeping in your contacts is the number 1 cause of blindness in overworked, exhausted interns, probably. But rest assured, if you do develop a corneal ulcer from sleeping in your contacts, I will treat you with care and compassion, and then make a TikTok about you. Number 2, get used to saying, I don't know. Although it seems counter to your experience in med school, you can still be a competent physician without memorizing the coagulation cascade. There will be plenty of times throughout your medical career when you won't know the right answer, and that's okay. What's important is that you do everything you can to find the right answer. That's what your patients care about. When a patient asks you a question and you say, I don't know, let me look into that, they don't think you're a bad doctor. They'll just think you're a doctor who cares. Number 3, talk about your mistakes. When you walk through those hospital doors to begin your intern year, you will make mistakes. Some will be small. You order the wrong lab test, or you forget to check a patient's vision before calling an ophthalmology consult. Future emergency medicine physicians, I'm talking to you. Other mistakes will be big. Mistakes that will shake your confidence, make you question whether or not you have what it takes to do this job. Don't keep those mistakes to yourself. Talk about them. Tell your co-residents, tell your attendings. When you talk to people about your mistakes, you realize something incredible, that you're not the only person in the world who has ever screwed up. That's what training is all about. You do your best to avoid mistakes, but when they happen, you learn from it. By opening up about your mistakes, you can arrive at a very important conclusion throughout your career, that you're still a good doctor, you're just human. Number 4, be on time, please. It's a simple thing, but it's so important. I want all of you to look at the doctor sitting next to you. The only thing that person loves more than being a doctor is going home on time after a full day of being a doctor. Don't be late to sign out. Don't be late to your ED shift. Don't be late to rounds. Aside from the 50 or so of you going into internal medicine, nobody likes rounds. All right? Don't make it worse by showing up late. And to all the future surgeons, if you can just show up on time for your first case every day, you are halfway to a Nobel Prize in medicine. Trust me. Number 5, be creative. All of you are brilliant and brimming with creativity. You all put something in the hobbies section of your med school application, something that excites you, that sparks your creativity. Medicine in the year 2023 doesn't value creativity. It values efficiency, standardization, protocols, templates, smart phrases. See more patients, write more notes, but do it efficiently. As a result, we lose our connection to our creative sides when we desperately need it the most, when burnout and depression among physicians are more prevalent than ever. So hold on to your creativity, nurture it. Medicine can very easily take over your entire life, but carve out minutes, hours, days to be creative. Whether it's dancing, singing, writing, dressing up as different specialties and recording yourself alone, having a conversation in your bedroom. It doesn't matter. Don't discount the impact that creativity can have on your own mental health and the mental health of those around you. Number 6, treat your co-residents like family. There will be stretches of time during your training when they will be the closest family that you have. When I was a third-year resident, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. I actually found the cancer myself, which I gotta say, not too bad for an ophthalmologist. Those aren't the balls we typically treat. But that diagnosis, it turned my world upside down. Suddenly I was facing cancer treatment and oncology appointments when I should have been celebrating the end of residency, looking for a job. It was too much for me to handle alone, but my co-residents were there for me. They took call for me, filled in for me in clinic when I was recovering from surgery, all without the expectation of reciprocation. We had built a culture of support and compassion for one another. And from the interactions I've had with some of you, I know you've built that culture here. Keep it going. Residency is one of the most rewarding, but also one of the most difficult things you'll ever do. Nobody can get through residency alone. Nobody can get through medicine alone. Help each other out and let other people help you. Create that culture everywhere you go. Number 7, recognize the co-survivors of medical trauma. So I received treatment for testicular cancer, graduated from residency cancer-free, and I moved on to life as a practicing ophthalmologist in Portland, Oregon. Then 4 years later, in May of 2020, my wife Kristen woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of me gasping for breath. At first, she thought I was snoring, tried to shake me and get me to wake up, but she couldn't wake me up because I wasn't snoring. My heart stopped. I was having a cardiac arrest. That night, she did 10 consecutive minutes of chest compressions until EMS arrived. They resuscitated me. I was taken to the hospital, admitted to the ICU where I received targeted hypothermia treatment. Basically, they cooled my brain down, which is as technical as I'm going to get as an ophthalmologist. Did I get that right? Yeah. Okay. Then my wife waited for 2 days to find out if I'd survive. The longest 2 days of her life. People think the cardiac arrest is my story, but it's not. It's hers. I was unconscious the whole time. She lived through every second of my cardiac arrest and hospitalization. It happened to her too. My cancer happened to her too. Not as serious, but equally traumatizing. My medical education happened to her too. And as grateful as I am for the care that I've received along the way, I am just as grateful for the people who showed my wife care and compassion along the way. Our priority is always to take care of the patient. But we need to recognize the emotional and psychological impact that medical trauma has on family, friends, and bystanders who respond to a person in need, most often a loved one. They need care too, and they're too often forgotten. That brings me to my 8th point. Learn CPR. I was a physician for 7 years and never once thought, hey, maybe my non-medical spouse should take a CPR class. I just assumed that, for example, if somebody had a cardiac arrest during a flight, I'd be the one to respond, or more preferably, any other medical professional. Graduates, you all know CPR, but I guarantee you have a family member or friend who doesn't. Maybe somebody in the audience today. The time to learn CPR is now. So everybody grab a partner. Once I was discharged or number nine, advocate. Once I was discharged and recovering from home after my cardiac arrest, I received tens of thousands of dollars worth of medical bills that my insurance company didn't pay for because doctors in the hospital who took care of me were not in my insurance network. You see, I failed to make sure everybody was in network before my heart stopped beating. My bad. This is what's called surprise billing, and it has financially devastated countless people in this country over the years. Then recently, after years of advocacy from healthcare professionals and the general public, Congress passed the No Surprises Act, outlawing the insurance practice of surprise billing. There is no shortage of injustices, misinformation, and of course, insurance companies threatening the health and safety of our patients and our profession. The opportunities for advocacy are endless. Prior authorization reform, cancer screening, gun violence, the list goes on and on. As a physician, your voice matters. Your voice has power. It has weight. Get involved in national organizations, lobby on the state and federal levels, get active on social media. You don't have to dress as different specialties and record yourself alone in your bedroom, but get on social media regardless. Turn your passion into positive change. It works. We've seen it work. We owe it to our patients, the public, our colleagues, and ourselves. And finally, number 10, have fun. We are always so focused on the next stage in life. I can't wait to finish med school. Only one more year of residency. I just need to get through fellowship. I can't wait to get through this second fellowship I decided to do for some reason. Every now and then, it's okay to stop focusing on where you're going and appreciate where you are. There are going to be highs and lows. Residency will hand you some of the worst days of your life, but you'll also do things you never thought possible. And you're going to help a lot of people. It's a long road, so have a little fun along the way, just not so much fun that you forget to take out your contacts. Congratulations, class of 2023. Thank you.
Well, my goodness, it will be hard to follow that, so I won't even try. My name is Scott Richardson, and while I find my place, let me just say that I'm delighted to serve in the Athens campus as the campus associate dean for student affairs. Not quite as cool as Dr. Tucker, though, so I'll do my best. During this segment, we get to present some of the awards to recognize several members of the class as well as the faculty. And so I feel especially honored to contribute to this. Our first one is the Physician's Physician Award. This award is presented to graduating medical students who demonstrate the greatest aptitude for and devotion to the profession of medicine. This year, both campuses voted for an individual whom they would most likely seek out, after appropriate training, of course, as a personal physician or the physician caring for a family member. The individuals chosen this year have demonstrated empathy, grace, teamwork, and other desirable attributes throughout their clinical training. It is my pleasure to welcome to the stage for this year's Physician Award from the Augusta campus, Amanda Delgado, and from the Medical Partnership campus in Athens, Laura Pride. It's not a race. All right, now I'd like to invite Dr. Bunja Rungrang to the podium to assist in the announcing of the Leonard Toe Award recipients.
Thank you. The Leonard Toe Humanism in Medicine Awards recognizes the ideals of outstanding compassion in the delivery of care, respect for patients, their families, and healthcare colleagues, as well as demonstrated clinical excellence. This year, 2 students and 2 faculty members were selected to receive the award, one set from each of our co-chapters. The awards are sponsored by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation. It is my pleasure to welcome to the stage for this year's Leonard Toe Humanism in Medicine Student Award winner from the Augusta campus, Elena Diller.
And the Student Award winner from the Medical Partnership Campus, Dina Tishaker.
It is now my pleasure to welcome to the stage this year's Leonard Toe Humanism in Medicine Faculty Award winner from the Augusta campus, Dr. Douglas Patton.
And the Faculty Award winner from the Medical Partnership Campus, Dr. Leah Bruner. There you are.
And let's have a round of applause again for all of our award winners. And please welcome Dr. Tucker to the stage.
Okay, so this is the blah, 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 insert student name, blah, 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 part of the program that you've all been waiting for. So, these students before you have all met the requirements for the Doctorate of Medicine from the Medical College of Georgia at Augusta University. We will now begin the formal hooding portion of the program. Could the student marshals please come forward?
Dr. Renee Copeland. Dr. Sarah Bracher. Dr. Jared Spivey. Dr. Ellie Pryor. Dr. Ryan Boykin. Dr. Rushay Amrit Madhav. Dr. Mary Catherine Thompson. Dr. Lauren Brown. Dr. Idris Fatih Ali Umgayeb. Dr. Todd Mudd. Dr. Nick Gambarda. Dr. Amanda Miles. Dr. Joanne Thomas. Dr. Amanda Delgado. Dr. Jamani Smith. Dr. Mi Duwen Vo, Peach State Scholar. Dr. Rosaria Prasad. Dr. Brandon Davis. Dr. Jacob Bokuchi. Dr. Naomi Siddiqui. Dr. Anna Maslesi. Dr. Emerson Buck.
Dr. Patricia Marie Ogasolochi Imbadali. Dr. Hector Miguel Picone. Dr. Andrew Murphy. Dr. Amanda Patricia Willow Schaefer. Dr. Kishan Pathadia. Dr. Elena Ray Diller. Dr. Andrew Claremont. Dr. Gina Dominguez Castillo. Dr. Kush Sanjay Patel. Dr. Rashub Agrawal. Dr. Jennifer Morris DeFelice. Dr. Dara Patel. Dr. Louise Rodriguez. Dr. Arika Sheikh, Peach Scholar. Dr. Thariya Shukla. Dr. Uladoyan Uladoshu. Dr. Lucas Smith. Dr. Dylan Scott. Dr. George Quinn Brown V. Dr. Natasha Davis. Dr. Elise May Liu. Dr. Samantha Benavides.
Dr. Ruth Melka. Dr. Michael, Dr. Michael Zhu. Dr. Cameron Foster. Dr. Jeffrey Fala. Dr. He Christy Lee. Dr. Ju Zhang. Dr. Esther Kwan. Dr. Sudhir Agarwal. Sorry. Dr. Abdullah Darvish. Dr. Rimaz Kadir. Dr. Ruth Cassay. Dr. John Harrison Cowart. Dr. Hannah Harper. Dr. Nishta Ahuja. Dr. Shannon Chappelle. Dr. Claude Bougani Peach State Scholar. Dr. Krishna Shaw. Dr. Parth Patel. Dr. Sahar Lax. Dr. Lavanya Atri. Dr. Matthew Stagg. Dr. Tyler Chappelle.
Okay, very good. Okay. Dr. Akwesi Abdubafor. Dr. Gillis Osei. Dr. Lauren Nicole Brewer. Dr. Liz Akins. Dr. Nicole Nunez. Dr. Olu Otoyin Adulusi. Dr. Oh, okay. I don't need yours, sir. That's two. Dr. Ruthann Tincher. Dr. Grace Porter. Dr. Emily Smith.
Dr. Robert Petku. Dr. Hyun Christina Cho. Dr. Luke Ostap. Dr. Ananya Munjal. Dr. Sover Berry. Dr. Patrice Collins. Dr. Austin Graff. Dr. Tanner Stump. Dr. Harry Vildebil III. Got it. Okay, there's just two pieces. Dr. Yamkuna Fortingo. Dr. Jada Henderson.
Dr. Maury Sullivan.
She wants you to do 3 at a time.
3 times. Okay. I'll ask you again. All right. Dr. Maury Sullivan. Dr. Ugochi Uzikwa. Dr. Alexander Marion. Dr. Catherine Ellen Valley. Dr. Jessica Hatch. Dr. Connor Mount. Dr. John Henriquez. Dr. Rohan Munker. Dr. Anna McKenzie. Dr. Hana Ifaz Nazir. Hey, congratulations. Dr. Michelle Stokeberg. Dr. Shia Sparks. Shay Sparks. Dr. Saloni Sharma. Dr. Joseph Jackson Gaines. Dr. Samuel Dowell. Dr. Laura, Dr. Laura Catherine Howard. Dr. Sierra McClendon. Dr. Daniel Vincent Adamkiewicz. Dr. Stephanie Sapiro. Dr. Kajal Patel. Dr. Benjamin Sigmund. Dr. Candice Childs. Dr. Michael Morgan. Dr. Catherine Leilani Weintraub. Dr. Hallie Taylor Smith. Dr. Mary Elizabeth McAfee. Dr. Hallie Taylor Smith. Dr. John Golden. Dr. William Hood Souter. Dr. Joel DeRosa. Dr. Kendall Leigh Wilson. Dr. Reed Gilbert.
Dr. Charlicia Akins. Dr. Nicholas McDaniel Teague. Dr. Jillian Dawson. Dr. Callie Elise Winans. Dr. Jerry Tan Rinaldo. Dr. Gabriel Ernesto Beltran. Dr. Michael Butler, Peach State Scholar. Dr. John Christopher Gibbs, Jr. Dr. Brandon Rockwell. Dr. Wanzhou Zhang. Dr. Albert Xiong. Dr. Sabine Shakya. Dr. Aparna Kanjalia. Dr. Alice Shannon Wynn. Dr. Zachary Bennett. Dr. Tristan Alexander Ruiz. Dr. Varsha Chirivella. Dr. Jonathan Rast. Dr. Eric Lian. Dr. Caitlin Kennedy. Dr. Kamjika Tochi Achabalem. Dr. Everett Jordan Crump. Dr. Hannah Rachel Mormon. Dr. James Shell Cox. Dr. Ryan William Johnson. Dr. John Alexander Carrico. Dr. Ellen Elise Strother. Dr. Anjali Alpesh Patel. Dr. Margaret McCartney. Dr. Samuel Joseph McCartney. Dr. Timothy Logan Ruiz.
Dr. Moses Segayer. Dr. Shamara Battle. Dr. Adam Turi. Dr. Taylor Giller. Dr. Sarah Vick. Dr. Alexandra Mulliken. Dr. Ariana Sidoti. Dr. Amanda Lemus. Dr. Taylor Patterson. Dr. Aditya Devarakanda. Dr. Cameron Ernst. Dr. Megan Hovel. Dr. Needi Agarwal. Dr. Aaron Mahajan. Dr. Abby Morris. Dr. Evan Ketchum. Dr. Lindsay Berman Young. Dr. Hari Lakshmanan. Dr. Marshall Weber. Dr. Matthew Reese Land. Dr. Taylor Tidwell. Dr. Shafali Jain. Dr. Vanshika Bulayan. Dr. Raymond Harris. Dr. Jason Thomas. Dr. Joseph Anthony Alenjikal. Dr. John Hetzel. Dr. Peyton Stewart. Dr. Kyle Goebel. Dr. Aparna Prasad. Dr. Kaser Dillon. Yeah.
All right, let's see if this thing works. Right, and from our Athens campus, Dr. Charles Adam III, fourth. Yes? Oh, do we have to wait? Okay. You guys set? Dr. Charles Adams IV. Dr. Matthew Adams. Dr. Zachary Adams. Dr. Kyle Ahmed. Dr. Sophie Barron. Dr. Emily Blum. Dr. Tyler Crawford. And Dr. Christopher Cuneo. Dr. Megan Curry. Okay. Dr. Lily Francis. Dr. Rachel Gerald. Dr. Emmy Grimstad. Dr. Charles Grossnickel. Dr. Catherine Harbin. Dr. Syed Hyder. Dr. Danya Jackson Cohen. And Dr. Sebastian Kauf.
Dr. Thomas Lehman. Dr. Miriam Mansoura. Dr. Tanner Martin. Dr. Diane Park. Dr. Akash Patel. Dr. Jasmine Patterson. Dr. Alexis Perlman. Dr. Lauda Pride. Dr. Tejas Sardar. Dr. Samantha Shanel. Dr. Blaine Spivey. Dr. Sujay Srinivasan. Dr. Alex Sweeting. Dr. Dina Tashagar. Dr. Kyle Oversoy. Dr. Pomi Yoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctors of the class of 2023.
All right, way to go, class of 2023. If everyone could have a seat, but we've got the big thing coming now, and that is in our profession, it has been customary for more than 2,000 years that no one may be admitted who has not first expressly taken upon himself or herself its obligations. Although the original language of the Hippocratic Oath is somewhat antiquated, we still find great meaning in this oath that has been slightly modified to better fit our contemporary world. Speaking the words of this oath marks a transition in our lives as it commemorates official entry into the medical profession, with all of its obligations to care for those entrusted to us. I call upon the class of 2023, along with any and all physicians in the audience or on the stage in the room, to choose to retake this oath, to now stand and join us in reciting the Hippocratic Oath. The text of the oath, we don't have you memorize it, is printed in the program. If everyone would please recite along with me. I do solemnly swear by that which I hold most sacred, that I will be loyal to the profession of medicine and just and generous to its members, that I will lead my life and practice my art in uprightness and honor, that into whatsoever home I shall enter, it shall be for the good of the sick and the well, to the utmost of my power, and that I will hold myself aloof from wrong and from corruption and from tempting others to vice, that I will exercise my art solely for the cure of my patients and the prevention of disease, and will give no drugs and perform no operation for a criminal purpose, and far less suggest such a thing. That whatsoever I shall see or hear of the lives of men and women, which is not fitting to be spoken, I will keep inviolably secret. These things I do promise, and in proportion as I am faithful to this oath, may happiness and good repute be ever mine, the opposite if I shall be forsworn. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Please be seated. So I would like to bring forward the class presidents for the Medical Partnership and the Augusta campus. Dr. Zachary Adams and Idris Ali Umgayeb will represent, I did it right, all of you at the Augusta University commencement later today. Dr. Hess will confer the MD degree to both of them as representatives of the class of 2023. To acknowledge their service as your class president for the past 4 years, Dr. Hess presented them with a medallion earlier this week. Please join me in thanking them. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the 2023 class president for the Medical Partnership in Athens, Dr. Zachary Adams.
Good afternoon, class of 2023. I'd like to welcome all the family and friends that have traveled from near and far to be here today to celebrate the accomplishments of these new physicians. My name is Zach Adams, and I'm honored to be here speaking to all of you today. Over the last 4 years, I've had the privilege of serving as the class president for the Medical Partnership campus in Athens for the class of 2023. The first thing I want to say today is congratulations. After 4 grueling years of medical school, including 2 years of preclinical work, 2 years of clinical rotations, 2 USMLE step exams, 8 shelf exams, not to mention having to take them a second time, and several simulated patients and OSCE exams, we have finally made it to becoming physicians. This is on top of everything we completed to get us into medical school in the first place, taking the MCAT, volunteer experiences, years spent in clinical work and research labs, the years of undergraduate and graduate education, and all the other countless hours we put in. Through all of this, we relentlessly pushed ourselves, molding us into the physicians we are today. We all come from different backgrounds. There's mothers and fathers, EMTs, nurses, PhDs, PAs, lab techs, medical assistants, and nursing assistants. 4 years ago, we all brought our different experiences and knowledge into our small group rooms, where we worked through patient cases and completed the bulk of our preclinical education. These small groups gave us the opportunity to learn from what our colleagues had experienced in their previous roles and their previous careers, and we all built off of what each of us had to offer. Then, less than a year later, after starting medical school, the COVID pandemic took us from our small group rooms and our lecture halls. We all became much more efficient at using Zoom than I think we ever hoped to be. Despite this setback, we quickly pivoted to online Zoom lectures and to virtual small group learning. We masked up and social distanced, and slowly we were able to return to having in-person classes. We pushed through hybrid learning environments during our second year, and we buckled down to take step one as some of the last students to take step one with a score instead of it being pass-fail. Finally, July of 2021 was upon us, and we started what we had all been waiting for, our clinical rotations. We had the opportunity to interact with patients on a daily basis and to put into practice everything we had learned over the past couple of years. Clinical rotations came with plenty of highs and plenty of lows. There were the highs of assisting in delivering a child, scrubbing him for our first surgeries, and sharing with patients that they were cancer-free. There are also the lows of performing several rounds of CPR and advanced cardiac life support only for the patient not to make it, working 12 days straight and 80-hour weeks, and sitting with families as they made the difficult decision to take their loved ones off of life support. What was most important to me through all of this was being able to lean on my fellow colleagues and friends and the tight community that we had among us. We all pushed through every day, the highs and the lows, so that we could become what many of us have dreamed of nearly our whole lives, becoming doctors. We recently celebrated together having a 100% match rate at the Athens campus, and I couldn't be more proud of my friends. All of these experiences have brought us closer to each other, and together we've all made it to this very special day. I'm excited to be here with all of you today as we add the letters MD behind our name. We have strived to get to this point so we could practice medicine with the goal of treating and healing our patients and helping many of them through some of the darkest times of their lives. As I wrap up, I want to highlight how important today is, not just for us as graduates, but for everyone that has supported us on our way of getting here. First off, I'd like to thank my wife, Caitlin, my mom and my dad, my brothers, Kyle and Matt, and my classmates, Drew and Matt, that have the same last name of Adams and have become like brothers to me, my grandparents, my in-laws, and all of my classmates. These people have been my biggest support system over the past 4 years, and I wouldn't be here without them. Next, I'd like to thank our community preceptors that volunteer their time to bring us into their clinics and teach us how to become great physicians, from our histories and physicals to our bedside manner. Since the Athens campus doesn't have a dedicated teaching hospital, we rely on volunteer community physicians, and they graciously dedicate their time and their practices to help train us. I would also like to thank all of our medical school faculty, from our basic science professors, including anatomy, physiology, histology, immunology, pathology, and all the other ones I can't remember, to our clinical skills instructors, our evidence-based medicine professors, and our site clerkship directors. Finally, I'd like to thank the medical school administrators. A big shout out to Dean Nuss and her leadership for always leading the Athens campus and supporting the students and keeping them at the center of the focus. And thank you to all the support staff at both campuses. Thank you to everyone on Dean Nuss's team that helped keep the Athens campus run smoothly. Also, thank you to Dean Hess and the Augusta administration, including Dr. Brands, who I've had the pleasure of working with recently. Thank you for all the changes that you've brought and for truly listening to the concerns of the students. Class of 2023, I'm truly blessed to be able to call you all my classmates and colleagues. I'm excited to see everyone transition into residency and see what everyone will accomplish. I hope that everyone keeps in contact, keeps in touch, and please never hesitate to reach out to me to help or to catch up. I would trust every one of y'all as my physician, and I can't wait to work with all of you in the future. Who knows, maybe we'll all move back to Athens and become community preceptors, raising up new medical students just the way that we were. Wherever life takes you, congratulations, good luck, and go Dogs! I'd now like to welcome Dr. Idris Ali, the class president of the Augusta campus, to deliver his address.
What's up, everybody? Provost McKinnon, you stole my speech? I'm kidding. Welcome families, friends, loved ones, both here and virtually. Welcome my aunt and uncle in Germany, and everyone else who's joining us online. Welcome to the hooding ceremony of the Medical College of Georgia, class of 2023. Habibis, Habibtis. Look at us, who would have thought? Not me. Kidding, of course. 4 short years ago, we were sitting here and we got our white coats, and I think honestly that was probably the last time we all wore them. But my, how time has flown since then. From the anatomy lab pipe burst first year and online med school to going across the state for our rotations and our 4th year tomfoolery. How many memories we've created, how many laughs we've shared, tears we've shed, even gray hairs we've developed. We've earned our MDs, and now we're well on our way of becoming silver foxes. and to look at all of that, what we've gone through, how much we've achieved in spite of it all. And for whatever reason, you guys let me be the clown to watch it from the bird's eye view. In all seriousness, though, I've had the absolute honor and privilege to get to know each and every single one of you, both personally and professionally. The amount of leaders produced by this class is unprecedented. The likes of Kyle Goebel, Jada Henderson, our champions of healthcare and equity have made ripples across the state. And Ellen Strother, look at her, medical miracle turned orthopedic surgeon, living proof that no dream is too big. We've got the likes of Joe Alengico, who made excellent heights in the, one second. Incredible work in healthcare policy in the height of the pandemic. And we have Elena Diller, an editor at a major ethics journal. But let's not forget about the likes of Tanner Stump, Sarah Vick, and Shamara Battle. A few examples of many in this historic class who are the first generation in medicine who are rewriting their family trees and bloodlines, living examples that medicine is truly for everyone. The resilience of this class truly knows no bounds. We've conquered every challenge we've faced and overcome adversity of every form thrown our way. Having our education disrupted amidst a global pandemic, navigating difficult curricular transition, and using our voices to implement institutional change that'll improve the experience of the classes and future generations of MCG to come. We are leaving these hallowed grounds a better place for having been a part of it, surely foretelling our impact wherever our careers may take us. It's really difficult for me to verbalize my exact emotions and sentiments toward this class. For a Libyan, Canadian, American, whose family lives in Nashville, Georgia has always been somehow home away from home for me. Before starting medical school, I was nervous about what the next 4 years would hold in store. And in a moment of insecurity and pseudo-manliness, I told in front of 3 people who I would later realize become some of my 3 closest friends, Drs. Mary Beth Mahaffey, Dr. Ryan Boykin, and Dr. Will Mudd, I told them, there's no point in getting close to anyone here because after graduation, I'll never see you again. And while we joked and continue to joke about that ever since, it always ate at me a little bit. Because little did I know how much I would fall in love with this group of brilliant minds and how invested I would get seeing this class grow. While I know the road ahead is taking us all over the country, I know we are all deeply connected and we have a little piece of home wherever we may end up. That we can lean on each other and support each other wherever our stories take us. And though who knows how soon our paths may cross again, know that my door is always open for each and every one of you and your families, both current and future. We are a group of revolutionaries, composed of the most brilliant and compassionate minds and the champions of our communities. I've had the distinct opportunity and privilege to watch a class of 200 strangers become a family of 200, the absolute fiercest patient advocates and leaders of tomorrow. I know I talked a lot about the World Cup, going to the World Cup finals being the best day of my life, but honestly, I think sharing this moment with you guys all today takes the cake. Habibis, Habibtis, my loves, truly from the bottom of my heart, thank you for entrusting me with being your voice. And congratulations for doing the damn thing. I love you all.
Please welcome Dr. Pamela Tipler to the stage to recognize the military service of your classmates.
Numerous students have and continue to serve in the U.S. Armed Forces. Students in the class of 2023 who have prior or current military commitment, please stand and be recognized. Having served for 12 years in the Army, it has been my honor to be the military advisor for the HPSP students at MCG. It has been a blessing to know these students for the past 4 years. One of the core Army values is selfless service. These students decided to raise their right hand to serve their country. According to the Army Values website, selfless service is described in this way. You put the welfare of the nation, the Army, and your subordinates before your own. Selfless service is larger than just one person. In serving your country, you are doing your duty loyally without thought of recognition or gain. The basic building block of selfless service is the commitment of each team member to go a little further, endure a little longer, and look a little closer to see how he or she can add to the effort. You rely on your brother or sister, and they rely on you. Anyone who has served likely has thousands of examples of selfless service, selfless sacrifice, large and small. We don't talk about it, we just do it. Long hours away from family, moving away from family and making new extended families, staying up late, waking up early, pulling an extra shift because you know or hope that your buddy is going to do the same for you. Doing hard work for a long time with no end in sight because people are counting on you, just like you are counting of them. And of course, there's the ultimate sacrifice, that of a service member's life, which was always a possibility and much too often a reality. At this time, I would like to ask the following members of the graduating class to stand and be recognized for your selfless service. Zachary Bennett, Sover Berry, Raymond Harris, and Tristan Ruiz. And at this time, I ask all members of the stage party and audience who have served or continue to serve to also stand and be recognized. Congratulations once again.
I would like now to welcome Dr. Champ Baker from the Alumni Association to provide the alumni induction.
Good afternoon. Congratulations to all the graduates and to your families. I'm humbled and thankful for the opportunity to represent the Medical College of Georgia Alumni Association as the current president. It was 21 years ago where I was sitting where you are now. Before the induction, I'd like to take a few moments to share some thoughts that will hopefully guide you on the next several phases of your medical practice and training. Be kind. Treat everyone with respect, patients, colleagues, and staff. Get to know everyone by their names, housekeeping, dietary, transport. Thank everybody by name at the end of the day for their efforts. We all work together as a team to take care of the patients. Prioritize patient care. In the office, sit with the patient. Touch, examine every patient. Make sure you've answered all their questions. Some patients will need more time than others, even though you feel the diagnosis is straightforward and the treatment is fairly simple. Do the right thing for your patient all the time. It's not often the easy thing to do. Be humble, be a gentleman, or be a gentlewoman in your actions. Be respectful. Reputations are developed early, whether undeserved or deserved. As you go forward, remember family first. Take care of yourself emotionally and physically. Seek a balanced life professionally and personally. Make time for your loved ones. Cultivate friendships. Call your friends. Stay in touch. Life passes quickly. No one at the end of their career wishes they'd taken more calls, seen more patients, or done more surgeries. And now, finally, it's my honor and pleasure to represent the Medical College of Georgia Alumni Association. We want to congratulate each one of you on your hooding today in preparation for receiving your doctorate degree tomorrow. We send you our best wishes for success in your career as well as in your personal endeavors. I'm here today to induct you, the class of 2023, into the MCG Alumni Association. Established in 1891, the mission is to support the interest of the Medical College of Georgia while promoting loyalty and fellowship among the alumni. We are proud to be sponsors of scholarships, sponsors of activities for the medical school class during the year, beginning with the freshman orientation and concluding with the hooding ceremony today. We also sponsor faculty recognition and alumni awards for loyalty and professional achievement. We also do regional dinners, CME events, campus visits for alumni, and alumni weekend. Now it's my esteemed privilege on behalf of the association to induct you, the class of 2023, into the MCG Alumni Association. That's the great news. The good news, no membership dues for 4 years. When you get settled into practice, please remember us. Life is tough, but please remember us. Be loyal. Visit the website, visit Facebook or other social media. Ensure that we have your new address and email address so that we can stay in touch. We know that each one of you will be an outstanding physician and represent MCG well. You will need to stay engaged with your school to ensure that each of our students continues to receive superior training just like you all have. Remember us. You're now part of a large group of alumni of MCG. Be loyal. There are many ways to give back. Again, we congratulate each of you on achieving one of the outstanding goals of your life. And now please welcome Dr. Tucker back to the podium for some brief closing remarks. Thank you.
Very brief closing remarks, which I will find. Okay, very brief. So I'm not going to wax philosophic for too long so you can all go celebrate this incredible accomplishment. But I do have a few words for the class of 2023, even though I have to follow Dr. Flannery and his amazing, inspiring, funny speech. Thanks again for that. I appreciate it. Another round of applause for him. So I'm not going to be that funny, but as I told you on match day, I have a really special place in my heart for your class since we all started in the Harrison building at the same time. You as fresh-faced medical students, and yours truly as the newest, albeit a little less fresh-faced, member of the student affairs team. I literally learned how to do this job alongside you. I watched you and your classmates get sent home from the classroom to do virtual medical school because of the pandemic. You responded with grace, flexibility, and overwhelming resilience. I saw you excel in your clerkships, choose a specialty, crush step 2, and you amaze me with your clinical prowess and medical knowledge. Then I watch you advocate for yourselves and future students to effect real change at MCG. Thank you for that. I was beyond honored to usher you all through the residency application process from last summer to your match day, where you fared exceptionally well, securing positions at pretty amazing places across the country. And now here we are today, truly the best day ever. We are all so proud of you, we love you, and we know you will do great things. You are the very best of the Medical College of Georgia and the bright future of medicine. We are all confident that you will leave the nest and change the world. Just come back and visit now and then. Congratulations, class of 2023. We are thrilled to have you join the ranks of this noble profession, and I'm honored to call you all my newest colleagues. Faculty, staff, and distinguished guests, this concludes, I know you're happy about that, the hooding ceremony for the 187th graduating class of the Medical College of Georgia. Newest doctors and your families, please remain in your seats until the stage party has completed the recessional. We look forward to seeing all of you in a few minutes at the Old Medical College for the reception. Thank you.